guys, as you can probably see, I'm driving at the moment. I'm driving back home after work, and so what brings me here today? Because I have something in my mind I want to share with you guys. Recently, so some of my friends, they asked me, so are you going to sell your car or not? Because so if you guys ever check the market, and so right now all the JDM cars, the price increased a lot, including the RX7, one of them. So if you guys still remember, so when I got my car is about 2 years ago, and it cost me about $30,000. But right now, I think the average condition RX7 FD is at least 40,000, 45 at least. So should I sell my car or not? Especially some of my friends, they want to buy an FD but couldn't find a good model, and they asked me, "Oh, hey Jimmy, can I buy a car for $50,000?" And so I told them, no, I'm not gonna sell it. Maybe I'll sell it in a couple of years, but definitely not now, because right now the market value is still keep increasing. And also another reason is because the Mazda RX7 FD is always my dream JDM cars. So why should I sell it for money? But there must be a reason, right? Because so once you achieve your dream, sometimes you might have another bigger dream in front of you. For example, some car like a European Porsche, something like that, those kind of cars. But RX7 still, and at least always gonna be my dream JDM car in the next couple years, until I can find another better car like a Lotus Exige maybe. Because I have a plan, because maybe in future I'm gonna get a newer model, so the Exige S3, so something around 2015 model. So let's go back to today's topic, and so today's topic is, so right now is it a good time to buy a Mazda RX7 FD? No matter if Series 6 or Series 8, so it's a good time? So my answer is, it all depends on if you really like the car or not, especially the engine, the Rotary engine. And apparently most of the people, you like the shape of the RX7 FD, but I can guarantee not everyone like the engine, so the Rotary engine. So that's why you might want to ask yourself a question. So do you really like the Rotary engine? So do you familiar with Rotary engine, how to do the maintenance? If you only like the shape of the RX7, I don't know, maybe you just get a rolling body and put whatever engine you want in it, maybe K-swap. A K-swap is quite expensive, to be honest. Compared with a good condition Rotary engine. Maybe you want to do an LS swap or something else. But if you don't like the Rotary engine, so I would say stay away from the RX7. But you still have the option to do the engine swap. So, but definitely don't spend 50 grand to get an RX7 with a Rotary engine, but you're gonna end up swap the engine, so there's no point. So the second question is that, so do you want to spend $50,000 to just experience the Rotary engine? So if your answer is yes, I want to experience it and maybe sell it as an investment, but if you don't really familiar with how the Rotary works, how to do the maintenance, I would say probably just RX8 is still a very good platform for you to experience the Rotary engine without spending too much money on the RX7. Yeah, because to be honest, the RX8 is still a really good car if you just want to experience the Rotary engine for like a couple months, a couple years. Because even if the Rotary in the RX8 really gave up on itself, you can still sell the car size and the condition of the car, because most of the owner, so they heavily modify the car, they actually like the car a lot, and